Okay, this is the tutorial for how to play Fields of Grace. It's originally written in E, so that's what we're going to play it in. Sorry, Elijah. But if you don't know how to play in E, E is actually a pretty fun key to play in. But E is just simply the bottom string open, then the A string you have your finger on the 2nd fret, D string you have your finger on the 2nd fret, G string you have your finger on the 1st fret, and then the last two are open. There's your E, and your E sustained is just putting this pinky onto the G string. So you're going, and you want to have that hammer on the sound. So. Then there's also a B sustained, which is really easy. It's just like a power chord up here, where you have the A string, you have your finger on the 2nd fret, the D string you have your finger on the 4th fret, and the G string you have your finger on the 4th fret as well, and then everything else is open. And then the A is just moving these two down. So both on the 2nd fret, here and here. It's an open. It's an A with no 5th in it, and it has a 2nd in it as well. So it sounds cool. So, dancing with my Father God in fields of grace. And then the only other, there's, let's see, one other chord I think in here. On the bridge, you know, I love my Father loves me. I dance for my Father. So the F sharp minor 7 with a 4 in there is just putting your finger on the 2nd fret for the E string, the low E, and you kind of mute this second one in here with your pointer finger. So it's. That's all you have to do for that. It's easy. I love my Father loves me. I dance for my Father sings over me. So those are all the chords in there. Now let me teach you the strumming pattern. Strumming pattern is just it's just straight. You could actually just play down up throughout the whole thing. But I changed the rhythm up a little bit, so it's. There's a place where I love to run and play. Down, up, 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 down. So I add that little sustained. Down, up, E sustained, up, down, up, E. Up, E, up, sustain, up, down, up. So. And I actually add a little up, down in another little place, like. So I just keep going, really. It's just an idea of where you put the accents. So instead of actually, I add a little bit of a flair to it by adding that hammer on there. But it's real fast, so it's like. You just mute it up there. I like having it up there because it has a little bit of an echo. You can hear some overtones. My daughter's saying echo. So it's like. only time it changes is when it's on the bridge where it says, I love my father, father loves me, a dance for my father, father sings over me. Noel, please. You might. I don't know how much you can hear my daughter singing that. It's kind of the same rhythm, but just a little bit altered. You gotta do some variety there. So, all put together, it sounds kind of like this. I don't know how he starts. We'll figure it out, but there's a place where I love to run and play. There's a place where I sing new songs of praise. Dancing with my Father God in fields of grace. Dancing with my Father God in fields of grace. There's a place where I lose myself in Him. There's a place where I find myself again. Dancing with my Father God in fields of grace. Dancing with my Father God in fields of grace. There's a place where religion finally dies. There's a place where I lose my selfish pride. Dancing with my Father God in fields of grace. Dancing with my Father God in fields of grace. I love my Father, Father loves me, I dance for my Father, my Father sings over me. I love my Father, Father loves me, I dance for my Father, my Father sings over me. Then nothing can take that away from me. And nothing can take that away from me. There's a place where religion finally dies. There's a place where I lose my selfish pride. Dancing with my Father God in fields of grace. Dancing with my Father God in fields of grace. Come dance with our Father God in fields of grace. Dancing with my Father God in fields of grace. So it's kind of like that. I messed up, there should be a little bit of a just instrumental part hanging onto the E in between that verse 3 and the bridge. But that's easy enough to figure out. So that's how you do it. And one last little tip. When you're strumming your guitar, this is the ideal place to strum right there. Right behind this cutout area. I don't know what it's called. Right there. So don't be. I see sometimes people. There's a totally different sound, although you can't really hear it on this video very well. Totally different sound here than there is here. It's much more open, much more rich, and if you play up here, it's worse. See how much more full that is? It changes the whole way. Right there, right. That's what you want. All right.